My name is AnonXmous, with an X in the middle, not a Y. We're here in Universal Music Publishing Group. This is like my home away from home. Home now is LA, but I'm originally from Brooklyn, New York. My boy, who's a songwriter, Leon, we met out here and I was like, where are you from? He said, Brooklyn. It's like magnets, we just find each other. Michael Jackson. I would say that was my first introduction to like music. I had the Moonwalker cassette tape. I used to just watch it all day, every day. Like, it was magic to me, basically. My stepdad came home after work one random day and he had a CD. We just put it down and he said, you can make beats with this. So one day I just popped it in and it was Reason 2.5. And I couldn't think enough to know you had to create a module, so I had an empty rack. I'm sitting here like, I couldn't make a note. And I turned it off and I gave up on it. And then one day I was like, I have to learn it. And then the College Dropout came out. Of course, everybody wanted to start creating like Kanye, so I was like, how does he do this stuff? So what I would do is find his samples and try to re-chop them like him. And I started sampling in the redrum. So I would just chop whatever part I wanted in each channel in the redrum. So it was kind of like a video game. I think I found the sample and it would be like a whole part that I'm like, that's not in there. And I'd be stumped. That practice just gave me the extra like ear to hear how he would want his beat to sound because he made it already. I understood that it wasn't easy and people don't normally do this type of stuff. My dad, he kind of gave me the advice to not be scared and just go with what my love was. Got me in a little bit of trouble because I left school and moved to LA. We waited in the airport for about 10 hours and then there was 2 seats left. One-way flight, no bags, nothing. That was the decision. I got a tweet about a CD I had given someone in Atlanta right before we left of beats. And Polo the Don, he hit me on Twitter and was like, we had been listening to the CD all week, come to the studio. Polo was working on the Lloyd album at the time, so we were just literally in the studio every night, all night. So it was from not knowing where we were gonna sleep, but knowing we had to go to LA to make things happen, to being signed to Universal Music. I'll tell you a secret. What I do now is I'll take an old beat or a recently unfinished beat and then I'll reverse it and then I'll make a beat to the reversed audio. It just comes out amazing every time. It's weird, but try it. I was actually in Atlanta at a studio and a hard drive died and I lost a whole bunch of beats. As I slowly start finding more and more beats missing, I was just like, let me just try something. So I put it in Reason, just an MP3 of the beat, and reversed it. The first 4 bars are the original. And then the rest is reverse. I kind of like to start with like weird sound effects to get a rhythm going. So I just kind of build off the rhythm from that. So kick, clap, besides that, the only other drum is the 808. First, you want to get the notes. This is a combinator, but all it really is in the NNXT. And I did some automation on the pitch. I feel like once you just come into the confidence to where you don't doubt the things that you're doing, you're just letting it flow. It can be 4 instruments, but you're gonna feel it like it was an orchestra. When I start ideas, I'll purposely close them early and then I name them miscellaneous names so that every time I go back to my pile of tracks, it's a surprise. And it's unfinished so I can just feel that new reinvigoration to want to add more stuff to it. And it'll surprise me like, oh, shit, forgot I started this. I was literally just sitting there with a good friend of mine and she played Pandora. And Sir Mix-a-Lot came on. And I just thought to myself randomly, Nicki Minaj has a pretty sizable butt. And this song is talking about big butts. I could flip this, no one's ever flipped it. A couple months later, Nicki just called and said, this is gonna be the single.
Tell me if it's alright.
It's the best feeling, getting that email saying you're nominated for a Grammy. You don't know how to react to it until it happens. You just can't plan for when it's gonna happen. You don't know what song, you just have to do what you love to do. Coming from where I began on Reason, that's a whole nother experience. Oh man, with the players, I like to just open up an instrument and just play around with the chords, see what comes. That's incredible. Only Reason. That's all I've ever used. I love where it is right now. It's like a dream. With the right amount of hard work, the right timing, it can happen. You can make beats with this.
Yeah, we can go all night, and I wanna be closer to your heart.